but they just don't know. People seen it, but they just don't know. Come on, baby, let the good time roll.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is straight out of Boston, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode 38 of the Georgia State Dynasty here, and we're here for week 6 in season 3 2015. And before we get into our first conference game of the season, we got a little recruiting to go over here. You can see we're just distributing some points around. We have a couple guys visiting this week, including Derek Harrison, I think he is actually our top recruit. He's like the number 2 or 3, I believe he's a quarterback. I can't quite remember though. But yeah, he was like the 2nd or 3rd prospect in the all around the country, and he's visiting. So it's going to be important for him to have a good visit. It's going to be important for us to impress him, because if we get a player of that caliber, that would really be big for the program. Not only to kind of say that big recruits can come here, but also obviously it will help out the team. Will immediately become one of our better players. But like I said, it's a big thing to get a big recruit to come to a small school like that. Maybe some others will follow in his footsteps. But anyway, we're going up against Arkansas State here in our first conference game of the year. They are 1-2. We are 2-2. This is in the Georgia Dome, and let's get right into it. As you can see, Georgia State getting ready on the field. Ben McLean still pumping guys up, even though he's riding that bench. But anyway, we might have to turn to him at some point if if Jeremy Johnson takes a bad hit on the run. So it's good to still have him around the team, having such an effective backup quarterback. But anyway, Cameron Melton on the power return. Here he comes, crossing the 45 to about the 40-yard line. He gets brought down at around the 41 after forcing a 3-and-out. The defense holds strong, and here we go on offense. First play from scrimmage. It's going to be a triple option. It's a pitch, and it's a fumble. It goes off the defender, recovered by the defensive lineman Estes. He'll be brought down by Blake Gardner, but Arkansas State gets a huge turnover right there. It was really looking like Georgia State was about to open this one up a little bit after a 3-and-out, and then they get the ball. Great field position. It looks like it could have been an early 7-0 lead, but Arkansas State comes out. Rashard Mayhew is there for the 6-yard pickup, and now here we go. One safety deep for Georgia State. They're going to run it off here on the handoff to Gordon, and Gordon's going to get an 11-yard pickup right there for the Arkansas State. I don't actually know what their team is, but anyway, 2nd and 16. Chandler Rogers dropping back. He fires it to Keaton on the outside. It's a 19-yard touchdown for Derek Keaton, and Arkansas State takes an early 7-0 lead. We flip over to a studio update for an in-conference game. Texas State now 4-0, beating Western Kentucky, who falls to 1-4, but Texas State looking like a dark horse to try and win that Sun Division in the Sun Belt. But look at that terrible decision on my part. Jeremy Johnson throws that right to the defender. I was looking for the curl route. It was well covered by Rocky Ace. That was just a poor decision on my part. So here comes Arkansas State once again. 2nd and 12. Chandler Rogers looking, caught by Mayhew. He's going to end up picking up the first down. They're getting 13 yards. And now on 3rd and 5, it's going to be a pistol formation. Chandler Rogers will drop back, looking in the flat. There is Gordon, but there down goes Gordon. Michael Gordon picks up the 2-yard gain. 4th and 3 coming up. They're going to go for it on 4th and short. Split halfbacks. They go on the little, I guess I was just in the flat. Not really in the flat, but anyway, they felt the 7-man rush, and they had a guy wide open. So Rogers now on another rush finds Rashad Mayhew over the middle for a 6-yard touchdown. And just like that, it's 14-0 Arkansas State early on in the Georgia Dome. After such a promising start for Georgia State in their first defensive possession and punt return, this has turned pretty much as poorly as it can get now for Georgia State. 3rd and 7, looking over the middle, caught by Ross Jackson, a huge catch that gives us the first down, and the drive continues. It's an 8-yard pickup for the sophomore wide receiver. Now 1st and 10, stretch play to Kyler Neal, cut back up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards on the play. 2nd and 2 coming up. And now on 1st and 10 later in the drive, shotgun set. We're looking on a counter play to Kyler Neal, the sophomore star, and Neal's going to pick up another 9-yard gain right there. So 2nd and 5 coming up later in the drive. Play action. Johnson is going to scramble to the right side. Doesn't see anyone immediately, but Justin Wagner frees himself, and he will pick up the 8-yard gain and gets the first down. Now 1st and 10, we got a triple option coming up. We're going to hand this one off to Blake Gardner. Up the middle, makes a nice cut back in, and picks up about 10 yards. That would set up 2nd and inches. Now the next play on 2nd and inches. Pistol formation, and off to Blake Gardner once again. Kyler Neal kind of takes maybe like 4 or 5 plays off at a time once in a while, and having a guy as effective as Blake Gardner to come in there and still be effective with the running game, very, very vital. But that was almost another interception for Rocky Hayes, another stupid decision on my part. Those corner routes can be a bit unpredictable, but we're unpredictable. We're going for it on 4th and 16. Rufus Warren, is there. He will make the catch. It's a 17-yard pickup, and the drive continues. 1st and 10. Jeremy Johnson going to drop back. Looking in the flat. Jordan Giles is there. Giles gets laid out, but it's a 10-yard pickup, and now on 2nd and inches, handoff to Kyler Neal in the drop play. He breaks a tackle and stumbles his way across the goal line into the end zone for the touchdown. Georgia State is on the board. A very effective drive. We tried to focus on the run game there, protect the ball, no more turnovers, and I think we really did that well. So anyway, here's a screenplay for Michael Gordon, and Gordon is going to pick up about a 9-yard gain later in the drive after picking up another 1st down on 3rd and 10. Chandler Rogers, going to drop back, and oh my goodness, we demoted Cameron Melton to the outside to the 2nd string, and he blows it once again. So at this point, we moved him down to 3rd string. We brought in Antonio Huff on the 1st unit and Miles Morris on the 2nd unit, but they had run some no huddle, so Melton was still out there, although that one was not his fault. But Arkansas State scores, and it's 21-7. Now on 2nd and 5, Johnson looking for Kyler Neal on the little check down right there. That's a 5-yard pickup. 3rd and inches coming up. And now on 3rd and inches, we're coming out in the pistol offset to the right. It's going to be a stretch play handoff to Kyler Neal. Picks up the 1st down and has some room, but he gets dive tackle right there. If he evades that tackler, he could add a huge gain right there. But 3rd and 4, handoff to Kyler Neal once again. Cuts back to the right, had more space to the left, but he picks up the 1st down and gets 9 yards on the gain. Now the drive continues on 3rd and 9. We're looking for a screenplay. Kyler Neal is there, but he cannot get to the sideline. It will only pick up 1 yard on the play. So 4th and 8 coming up. We're going to go for it once again. 1 for 1 on for 4th down already today. Looking for the curl route, and that is incomplete. A great play by the defensive back, and now Arkansas State has a chance to go up by potentially 3 touchdowns here with 1:30 left to play in the half. Heading into the half, a 21-point lead would be huge for Arkansas State. 3rd and 1 now, shotgun set. Rogers going to drop back, looking right side, and it appears that this Georgia State secondary has nothing going for it right now. They have no answer to this passing game from Arkansas State. Rogers looking, that's deflected and intercepted. Jock Peterson is there. He's got daylight across the 45-40, 35-30. He's going to go all the way to the end zone. You talk about catching a break. A huge momentum swinger just when it looks like Arkansas State was going to drive right up the field and take a 28-7 lead before the half. A 14-point swing for the Georgia State Panthers as they head into the half only down by 7 after the start that they had. That's pretty much all you could ask for. So I'm pretty satisfied only being down by 7 when you consider how we played. And I think that hopefully that momentum can carry over into the second half and we can build off of it. But Antonio Huff here on his first return of the ball game. Huff to the outside. He's got space. 50, 45, 40. One man to beat. He will be brought down at the 26-yard line, but a 66-yard return for the true freshman. And now here we go, handoff to Kyler Neal on the read option. He's going to take that one for a 9-yard gainer and will pick up the 1st down. Now on 2nd and 7 once again, split halfbacks, handoff to Blake Gardner, who barrels over one guy and picks up the 1st down. Actually, he'll be stopped short. 3rd and inches coming up. On 3rd and inches, they might be looking right here. They stack the box. We're going play action, and here we go. Well, the call was for play action, but we ended up not doing the fake. But nonetheless, a 4-yard touchdown, a great play call. I knew that they were going to stack the box there, so we audibled, or saw that they stacked the box, so we audibled to a play action pass, caught them, and we get the touchdown. And just like that, it's a tie game. Now we take over here, and here comes the Georgia State offense once again, looking very fluent right now. And it appears that that momentum from the pick 6 has definitely carried over into the second half for this Georgia State football team. Handoff to Kyler Neal up the middle. He will pick up about 7 or 8 yards on that play. 2nd and 2 coming up. Now here comes a triple option. Fake the handoff. Johnson will keep it, and then he'll pitch it to Kyler Neal on the outside after Johnson almost got tackled there. 12-yard gainer for Kyler Neal. Now here we go. Pistol once again. Split halfbacks. Gardner up the middle. He will pick up 12 yards as once again we have Gardner come in for a few carries here, and he produces nicely. Now here we go. Pistol formation offset to the right. Another handoff to Blake Gardner, the true freshman from Michigan. He will pick up the 9-yard gainer. That'll set up a 2nd and 1. Now later in the drive on 3rd and 10, Johnson looking over the middle. It was kind of a bad throw. He was actually not aiming for Justin Wagner. He was going for Ross Jackson there. But anyway, Wagner makes a great play on the ball and picks up the touchdown. So we take a 28-21 lead here. Things have definitely turned around. Chandler Rogers, though, escapes the pressure and finds a man deep. It's McKissick, as Miles Morris covered McKissick pretty well there for most of the possession. But if you give a quarterback that much time, or if he can create enough space for himself, eventually guys will get open, as you just saw right there. Now Michael Gordon picks up a 16-yard gain on the screenplay. Now Rogers play action looking for Jones. He will break a tackle but finally be shoved out of bounds, but not before a 9-yard pickup. 2nd and 1 now later in the drive on 1st and 10. Rogers going to play action. He's actually going to hand this off to Daniels, who will break a couple of tackles and pick up 8 yards. Kendrick Daniels I believe he's the backup for this team, but Chandler Rogers dropping back on 2nd and 2. He gets hit, and he gets sacked, loses 8 yards. That's going to set up 3rd and 10 coming up. On 3rd and 10, man in motion shotgun set. Rogers drops back. He's looking for a screenplay. Kendrick Daniels read well. He will get brought down by Jock Peterson. 4th and 11 coming up. They are going to try and kick this field goal. It's a little chip shot. Should be good, but it's from a tough angle, and it's wide to the right. And Georgia State takes over. Now, they would get the ball back, though, with about 6:45 left to play in the 4th quarter. Chandler Rogers, he will drop back, find J.D. McKissick over the middle, and that's an 18-yard gainer for the wide receiver. Now, Chandler Rogers going to drop back once again to the shotgun, looking left side, caught by Jackson this time. Breaks Craig Harris's tackle, will finally be brought down, but not before a 19-yard pickup for number 86, Fred Jackson. On 3rd and 10, Rogers once again to the shotgun. Another spread offense team. We see a lot of these in the Sun Belt Conference. That was almost picked off. A risky throw right there, but a good play on the ball by J.D. McKissick, as he has done so much today. That's going to set up now at 3rd and 6. There is a screenplay to Michael Gordon. Great stop. We give them a 5-yard loss. 4th and 11 coming up. They're going for it once again. 4:30 to play. Rogers drops back. He's looking to the end zone. He's got him in, and it's dropped. Derek Keaton. I mean, once again, the pick 6 was one break. This was a whole nother level. I mean, that was terrible coverage. We ran a zone right there. He had a guy wide open deep, and he just dropped it. Oh my goodness, that was really lucky on the part of Georgia State. And here we go, we get a chance to run out some clock here with 2:09 to play. They call their second to last timeout. One more first down should pretty much seal this ball game. Kyler Neal up the middle. He's going to pick up that first down, which is 2:05 to play and no timeouts left. All of Georgia State has to do is run a few extra seconds off the clock along with their run plays. Neal up the middle, and he fumbles! It's recovered by Fletcher. What a bad play, but this one is going to be under booth review. Was Kyler Neal down? Can't quite tell from that angle. How about this one? Still kind of not too sure. Slow-mo? Yeah, he's definitely down on that. And maybe it was split second earlier or whatever, but that's just, you're not going to call that against him. So, anyway, we're going to get the ball back. We kind of, if he had fumbled there, it would have been, Arkansas State catching a break. But the fact that that call gets overturned, that was kind of catching a break on its own. So Kyler Neal, despite that almost catastrophic turnover, finishes 19 carries, 141 yards, a huge day out of him. He has really been impressive this year. He's really going to anchor this offense, I feel, throughout conference play. I've made it our goal this year to try and make the conference championship game. It will potentially be our last year in the Sun Belt Conference, as South Alabama and Georgia State both look to potentially be moving conferences in the coming years. We would definitely like to make at least one conference championship. So that's my goal this year. And we get a good start. Obviously it wasn't a big blowout win. We didn't dominate. We didn't play overly well. But we get a win. A win's a win. That's what counts. And I'll take it. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy. So I'm out. Peace.